Hey there, beer tubers. Welcome back to Maxwell Stars Beer Review. Tonight we've got a special treat for you. The brand new growler system from Big Tide Brewery. Big Tide Brewery is a microbrewery and brew pub located in Uptown St. John on the corner of Canterbury and Princess Streets. They've been in the brewing in the brew pub business for a couple of years now. They just received this summer the go-ahead for actually providing their own brews on growlers. They don't do bottles yet. This is their first step towards that kind of market. The St. John brewing market currently is dominated by Moosehead Brewery, one of Canada's well-known macro lagers, one of the macro companies. This one is the first attempt in a long time at a St. John company of making some kind of brew pub. The first one being Taps, which closed down sometime in the early 2000s. Anyway, Big Tide Brewery just debuted their growler system in yesterday, which today is September 21st, 2011, at the time of this recording, so that would have been the 20th. So yeah, I went down and got a couple of growlers today as a review for the review channel. So I've been looking forward to getting this one ever since I heard the growlers. This one is their Tidal Wave Double IPA. This was brewed by Big Tide with a special guest brewer, Greg Nash. If you don't know who Greg Nash is, he was formerly the master brewer of Garrison Brewing in Halifax, who left the company in 2008, but not before he created Garrison's Imperial IPA, another double IPA, I might add. He created this one and it won gold medals in Canada's Brewing Awards 2 times, in 2007 and 2008. Anyway, after leaving Garrison in 2008, he joined Pump House Brewery. He didn't stay there very long, but while he was at the Pump House Brewery in Moncton, he created Pump House's SOB. Pretty cool, huh? Anyway, so now he teamed up with Big Tide Brewing in St. John. He currently runs the Heart and Thistle Gastropub and Brewery in Halifax, Nova Scotia. New small operation he created himself. Hope he does well, by the way. Anyway, he teamed up with Big Tide this past summer to brew this special batch of double IPA for them, and that was just released last week. Anyway, I've been excited to give this a try ever since it came out. Ever since they announced, this came out and the growlers were coming available. I was hoping to maybe try some of their summer brews, but they're pretty much all gone. They do have a number of other beers out there. Another one I'll be looking at on this channel a little while later is, I'll go into that in detail later, you'll have to wait. They've got other brews such as Confederation Cream Ale, Benedict Arnold's Extra Special Bitter. They have a list on here. Harvest Moon Hefeweizen. I really want to try that, but that's pub only. Fogbound Hemp Ales, Celtic Mist Irish Red, Seaworthy IPA, and Whistle Pig Stout. And Sandpiper Pilsner. Anyway, until then, let's give this IPA a try. So, pop the cap open. Not a real big fizz off the top of there. Could also be that I just got it, a couple hours ago, literally. So let's give this a pour in my Keys glass. Wow. There's a decent amount of carbonation on there still. A little condensation in my shirt now. Wow. It looks, appearances wise, it looks a lot like the Garrison one. I'm not opening that one to compare. But it's a bit darker. It's kind of it's orangey, but it's also a little deeper, like amber, like almost like they brewed as an IPA, but maybe used a tad more Munich malt or something like that. I don't know. I didn't get the actual ingredients list on. Gratuitous amount of head off there, and I can smell the hops coming from it right from here. Oh wow. Anyway, let's give it a smell. Of course, one thing you notice, it's unfiltered too. It's also cloudy. So smell-wise, I'm getting a ton of pine off of this one. There's also hints of grapefruit, citrus, and maybe a few floral notes as well, but that's predominantly pine. And there's some nice pale malt qualities to that as well, but they're faint. Boy, that smells good. Do you want to give it a smell?
Yeah. Oh, not a smell. I'll have a taste of it.
Okay,
You
well,
know,
I'll
my
get
nose
the
is
taste.
wonky.
How's it look?
Nice. Nice
Yeah.
color on it.
I know. You can have a glass of this too. There's lots going
Well,
on.
I'll see if I like it.
Look at that head. It's been that high since I poured it. It's hardly gone down.
Nice frothy head.
Don't mind your time.
4 minutes and 15 seconds.
Thank you. Anyway, that's a lot, and it's not going anywhere. I love the head on that thing. Very satisfying looking head. Wow. Wow.
Well, you said it. Anyway.
Okay. Yeah. That smells really nice. Nice lots of citrus and some pine notes, especially pine. Beautiful smelling beer. Anyway, let's give this thing a taste. Wow. Very piney and almost earthy hop bitterness in the very back of the throat. It's very sweet too. It's almost like it's almost like it's a somewhat like Garrison's IPA, Imperial Pale Ale, but it's got a deeper sweet character to it, like lots of hints of caramel. Let's see what you think. Can you take it?
Yeah, I can handle it. Ooh. Well, yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, you'll try and
It'll be
handle that
fun.
one. I will say that just like a double IPA, she is incredibly bitter. However, one thing, like in contrast to
I
Imperial
don't
IPA,
find that as bad as that one up there.
this one.
Or that one,
Yeah,
yeah.
that one. Anyway, in contrast to the Garrison IPA, that bitterness, while it's there, and it's intense, it sort of slowly grows on you. It's weird. Oh man, it's nice and brown sugar sweet, and that bitterness quality. Once you first drink it, it takes a second for it to really kick in, and then all of a sudden it's there, and you're like, oh, that's
But then
nice.
then you want more of it.
Then you want more, yeah.
It's not to the point where you're just like, holy, this is too much.
And it's nice and sprucey and piney,
Mm.
and some floral flavors in there. That's really nice. And a little earthy character, very on the back of the tongue. That's complex too. I'm really surprised with this.
Wish it was in bottles.
Yeah. It's got a medium, maybe a slightly heavy mouthfeel. You know, typical of a double IPA. Perfect mouthfeel for an IPA, double IPA. Anyway, finish is very dry. It just dries you right out and you want to take another sip of this. And it's delicious.
Mm. I'm not a big IPA person, but
Mm.
this has, at first the finishes, you're like, whoa, but you want more after. It's not It's not disgusting. It draws you in. Makes you want more.
Oh, grab a glass. We're gonna sit down with this one for a bit and come back with some thoughts. Be right back. And we're back with Big Tide's Tidal Wave Double IPA. What did I think? Man, that is absolutely delicious. It's got those, as it warmed up, the flavor characters became more apparent, but it was still this really nice bitter flavors of pine, citrus, grapefruit, even some earthy qualities and some floral qualities. It's got the whole nines, and that nice caramel, sweet. Oh, it's just like drinking candy. For a double IPA, this thing is absolutely delicious. And I don't think we're going to have any issues with finishing off this growler. And that's an amazing thing to say for a double IPA of all things, which, you know, tend to be incredibly bitter and, you know, a sipping beer. This one here is really delicious. I've already gone through a glass and a half of this. It's like, because of the way the bitterness works, it's a pleasing drink for just about anyone who wants to try a beer of any type would be able to get into. But it's also got that bitterness, that body and character of a double IPA that would keep a more experienced a beer drinker interested. It's good for a novice, and it's good for a double like an IPA enthusiast and hopheads. For a double IPA to pull this off, it's absolutely amazing. And this beer is absolutely amazing. I was kind of wondering what kind of I've never had a Big Tide beer before, and I'm glad I had this one first. Man, look at the lacing of this thing left in the glass too. I'm glad I had this one first because this one is absolutely fantastic. I don't know. I'm giving this at least a 4.5 out of 5. Maybe a high 4.5 out of 5. What do you think?
For me, for someone who doesn't like IPAs that much, it's incredible. It has, I'm not like Nick, I can't tell you the specific flavors and stuff, but I can tell you that for me, it's like, that's a 5 beer.
That's a 5?
That's a 5 beer.
Wow. So there you get it. It's getting a high 4.5 out of 5 for me. Probably the only hesitant thing I am for saying it's a full 5 is because I know that I haven't tried a whole lot of double IPAs out there and to say that this is the best. Can't really say this is the best yet. But I have to say that this is probably the finest, if not the finest, IPA that I have ever tasted. This is delicious. So it gets a 5 from Neely and a high 4.5 from me. That's great. And you know what? I really want to see Big Tide... Spider on the floor.
Oh my god.
Wait, what? Let me finish the review first.
Okay.
It's come towards me.
You just step on it.
Alright. A beer that good. You know what, Big Tide, thank you very much for giving us your growlers and bringing it to the IPA. This is fantastic, and I want to see more of this, and I want to see you guys make it good enough that you can put this stuff in bottles because it needs to be. I think this could win gold medals.
No, it definitely could.
Yeah. I mean, I've had other IPAs, lots of other IPAs. This has got to be one of the best, if not the best. Anyway, thanks for watching Maxwell Stars Beer Review. Very much a pleasure to drink this one today. And I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.